everyone, welcome to my channel. For those of you who are new here, my name is Avneet and I make videos on luxury purchases as well as reviews. I also make videos around lifestyle and styling tips like today's video, and I sprinkle in some videos on mindset, especially for my millennial ladies who are navigating their 30s and 40s. Today I am sharing exactly what I wore on my recent trip to the French Riviera. I did a girls trip with two of my close friends and we spent some time in Nice and Saint Tropez as well as some day trips in local towns. I'm going to take you through exactly 13 looks, which includes day looks, evening looks, as well as some beachwear. I am sharing this video in late August, so maybe you do have an upcoming trip in September, whether it's Europe or another warm destination. This could be a great video for you to get some last minute styling inspo. And for anyone who does have some future trips planned, whether it be during the December, January months, if you want to escape a colder area that you live in and you're planning to take a resort style trip during those months, or you are planning for either a Europe or another warm destination vacation in 2026, you could bookmark this video and come back and visit it. Another tip is if you are planning for a trip in the far future, some of the things that I share with you today, you can likely get on sale in the next couple of months. And I promise a lot of what I'm going to share is going to be still trendy and work well in 2026. Even though I wore these looks in France, know that they can work in almost any other warm vacation destination. Let's jump into the very first look. Now, you're gonna see in the picture that I'm sharing that I am clearly not in the French Riviera. I am in the streets of Paris. My first weekend on this trip, I was in Paris and it was extremely hot. So I ended up wearing one of the outfits that I originally planned to wear down south in Paris. And what you see here is a very sweet pink linen dress from the Reformation. I think linen is incredibly useful to pack and take with you on any vacation where you're going to a warm or hot climate. Now I understand that linen may not always pack the best because you do have to iron it, wrinkles. That's just the nature of the fabric. That shouldn't be a reason why you don't pack and take it with you. Just hit it with some iron or a steamer and you're ready to go for your day. And the reason why I like this dress is because of the fit. It's a very straight, almost trapeze style, and that makes it nice and airy to wear in a very hot location. And especially when you're touring and you're gonna get warm, walking in the streets, up and down metro or subway style stairs, it's really great to wear something that's breezy. Now, I styled this dress with my tan Oran sandals, as well as my Chanel classic flap in the multicolored pastel tweed. This is a bag that I bought earlier this year, and if you're interested to know more about it, be sure to check out my unboxing that I did in the month of May. And you can also see with the outfit that my friend is wearing, she has opted for a linen top and a plain white skirt, as well as her white Oran sandals. So linen, breezy skirts or breezy dresses are not only great to stay cool in, but they look chic in more metropolitan areas like Paris or even the south of France. So finally, we were off to the south, and unfortunately, I don't have a picture of me wearing the outfit that I wore when we traveled from Paris to Nice, but I'm gonna describe it as well as put pictures up here for you. Earlier this year, I did some shopping haul videos, and in one of those videos I showed I bought not one but two of the Skims lounge maxi dresses, one in black and one in this Bordeaux burgundy color. I wore the burgundy dress on my way down to Nice, and the way I styled it is a very popular trend, not just this summer, it's gonna carry us through the fall. And the reason why I think it'll take us in through summer next year is because I do believe a lot of people slept on this trend this year, and everyone's gonna be ready to wear it and rock it next year. And that is using scarves as belts. So the way I zhuzhed up my otherwise very ordinary bodycon cotton style dress is I tied my totem scarf around my waist in a very asymmetrical way. You can see in some of the images that I'm sharing, this is exactly how I wore it with, again, a Bordeaux burgundy color dress. And I paired it with my black Hermes Oran sandals and my black Monsieur Gabrielle mini soft lady bag. This was comfortable to wear in the plane, super easy to pack because the dress, even though it's a maxi, it's very slinky, so it rolled up really nicely. Having a silk scarf is also extremely easy to pack and roll, and it doesn't take up too much space nor weight in your suitcase. You'll find in a lot of the outfits that I wore, there are a lot of dresses. And the reason why I opt for dresses, especially during vacations, is they are easy to pack. It's one item that makes up your outfit, and the way to style it, you just lean on your handbags, your shoes, and other accessories. I think there is something very chic in the summer of multi-pieces or even layering, but a couple things when you're traveling, especially to a warm destination, it can get extremely hot in those outfits, and it takes up a lot more space and weight in your suitcase. Now, of course, there's a way to mix and match your bottoms and your tops so that you're not having to pack 10 bottoms and 10 tops for a week-long trip. However, when you opt for dresses, you do have more opportunity to diversify and wear different dresses almost every day because it just takes up such less space in your suitcase. Where you want to be strategic though is in your shoes as well as your handbags. Choose shoes that are going to mix and match well with a number of outfits. Shoes can take up a lot of weight and space, and your handbags as well, as best as you can. After we got into Nice and settled in, the maxi dress that I was wearing, as well as a scarf styled as a belt, it took me through most of the day. Our room wasn't ready, so we dropped off our luggage, and it was still a very cute and chic outfit to wear out to lunch and explore the town a little bit. But later in the day, we all went back to freshen up and change for dinner. At dinner, I opted for this mini polka dot dress that I bought from Abercrombie & Fitch. I love this dress. Polka dots are very trendy this summer, and I imagine they're going to be trendy next summer as well. At least I hope so, because I shopped a lot for this print this year, and there's a couple of pieces that I want to repeat next year, as well as one or two pieces that I don't think I got to wear enough this summer. Anyway, back to this dress. I did say that it's from Abercrombie & Fitch, and if you haven't shopped at Abercrombie & Fitch recently, I highly recommend it. One, I find that their sizing is extremely inclusive, and what I mean by that is, yes, there's a lot of size range in terms of the itty-bittiest smallest to larger frames. They also are inclusive with body shapes. So in their bottoms, like their shorts and denim and pants, they have a curvy line, which I personally choose because I do feel that I am a little bit heavier on the hips and bottom, whereas my waist is a little bit smaller. So their curvy sizes fit me extremely well. And they're inclusive depending on how tall you are. So most of their dresses and bottoms come in petite, regular, and tall. I think even in their bottoms, there is an extra short option for the very petites, maybe under 5 foot girls or ladies. I'm not sure about beyond tall if there's an extra tall, but check them out if you haven't. And in the summer, they have very cute dresses like this polka dot dress. She was easy to wear. It was warm in the evening. We walked around prior to dinner as well as after dinner, and I felt very comfortable in this dress. It also has pockets, which I love. I don't end up ever really putting anything in my dress pockets, but you never know when you need it. And this was in more of a cotton, light canvas fabric, so not linen. The fabric really helped keep the shape, and I've worn her a few times this summer, and I plan to wear her again next summer. Surprise, surprise, I'm wearing my Hermes Orans. So I packed very strategically when it came to my shoes and sandals. I took my Hermes Orans, I had the black pair, the tan pair, and then I also purchased a white pair while in Paris on that same trip. And then I also packed a couple of functional sandals, which I will get to, but they're extremely lightweight and they don't take up a lot of space in your suitcase. Now, black Orans, yes, you can wear them in the day, but the reason why I like having Orans is in the evening if you don't want to wear a heel, because these are leather, beautiful sandals. They can give you a dressier look when styling evening outfits. And the handbag that I'm carrying is this Jacquemus Le Bisou Pearl or Perle handbag. She's very sturdy, beautiful leather, comes with these kind of fun, unique details that Jacquemus does extremely well. Now, it doesn't carry that much, but it does carry the essentials when you're just going out for the evening and you're not going to be out too long, that you need to carry a number of essentials like you would maybe when you're on a day trip or out and about all day long. Now, the following day, we were going to be out and about the entire day. We left our hotel in Nice to spend the first half of the day in a town called Menton, which is extremely beautiful, has a great coastline, and a very unique skyline of their buildings with all the levels that you see because it is a hillside town and the colors of the buildings. But it was an extremely hot day and we needed to make sure that we have an outfit that could take us from day to night, because the second half of the day and into the evening through dinner time, we were going to spend it in Monaco. So something day to night, but what you can wear in extremely warm, if not incredibly hot weather. And I opted for this brown polka dot maxi dress that I bought from Princess Polly. One thing you're gonna note about me is I am the princess of high-low. Everything that I wear and buy doesn't need to be luxury or designer or name brand. If I'm looking for a certain aesthetic and there is a high street brand or an online brand that has what I'm looking for, I'm gonna give it a try. Now, the quality doesn't always turn out to be the best, and in the cases that I feel like the quality is just too low, I will return it. But dresses like this one from Princess Polly, or even dresses from Abercrombie and Fitch, where oftentimes they are on promotion, I'm all about it. And especially if it fits you well and you like the look, why not? Not everything needs to be high-end or name brand. In this picture, you're going to see that I'm wearing this dress and I styled it with my Celine sunglasses and my white Chanel flap top handle bag. The shoes I'm wearing, I did take a second pair of shoes on that day trip. All my girlfriends, we decided to take one tote bag where we threw in things where we need to freshen up, like deodorant because it was very hot, a hairbrush, because again, we were out all day and we were going to have a fancy dinner at night in Monaco. And then we also threw in a second pair of shoes. Most of us, I think all of us, took a pair of flats. But while in Menton, because we were going to explore and we were going to walk along the beach, I am wearing in this picture a pair of Croc sandals. Yes, these are Crocs. These are the first pair of Crocs that I own. I actually bought these in black first and took them on a trip to Portugal with my husband, and they were so comfortable. Not only the footbed, but also the straps. The straps are on the toe, as well as two straps that go over your foot for security and comfort, and they didn't pinch me in any way. They didn't rub up against my skin in any way that was uncomfortable. They were incredible. And so I bought this white off-white pair to also take with me to France. And so in the daytime, I am wearing these Crocs. I believe it's called the Miami Loop. I'm going to put a picture and the information here. I'm also going to link everything that I talk about, or almost everything that I talk about, down below in the description. These are great daytime shoes. And then in the evening, everything remained the same: dress, sunglasses, the handbag, but I had my white orans that I changed into when we were in Monaco. On our third day down in the Riviera, we spent part of the day at the Matisse Museum, followed by a beautiful lunch at Le Plongeoir, which is what is photographed in the outfit that I'm going to share with you. Then we spent a couple of hours exploring Ez. Ez is a hilltop town very close to Nice, and you have to take a car or a bus pretty far up the hillside. It doesn't take a long time, but you are going high up, and from there you do a lot of walking to get to the tippy top of Ez, where they have a garden, and the entire walk is extremely beautiful and fairy tale-esque. Knowing that it was going to be another warm day and there was going to be a lot of walking, I opted for another linen dress that was breathable and wasn't tailored too close to the body. So here I am wearing this very sweet butter yellow dress from Reformation, and it was exactly what I needed on this day. Chic for the museum as well as the lunch, but also airy for our exploring. The shoes that I'm wearing are those Crocs. I believe in function over fashion, even though I think these are extremely cute. Oftentimes when people go to vacations, or even if you're around town, you live in a place like New York City, there sometimes can be this pressure to be fashionable in everything that you wear head to toe, whether it's for pictures that you want to take or you're just seeing what other ladies are wearing out and about. And I think that's totally fine. But one thing that I found, especially when I moved to New York City and I wanted to be out and about and enjoying the city for everything that it offers, I didn't want my shoes to hold me back. And I carry this same philosophy when I travel around the world. Even in the chicest, most fashion-forward parts of the world, I want to make sure that my shoes are functional. So what does that mean? Yes, it goes with my outfit. No, it doesn't take away from the general look, but I'm okay wearing flats over heels, or I'm okay wearing comfortable sandals over leather sandals if it's going to allow me to take as many steps as I need to enjoy and explore that day to the fullest. Along with the dress and the shoes, I carried my Alaya Mina bag that I had just purchased in Paris prior to flying down to the south of France. And I can see against this yellow top how beautifully it goes together. I find it to be a really versatile shade of green without being too overpowering, while also not being too muted. Something that I like about warm destinations is you can wear different colors at the same time. A lot of color blocking can happen, prints, patterns. You don't really need to feel limited that, oh, if I'm wearing a colored top or a colored dress, I should opt for a more neutral shoe and a neutral bag. When you're somewhere in a warm destination, I think color is so fabulous to wear and enjoy, whereas some larger metropolitan cities like New York, Paris, London, Chicago, some people might shy away from wearing too much color. In the end, I do think do what makes you happy. And if you love color and you don't find yourself wearing as much color where you live, enjoy all the color you can when traveling to warm destinations. After a beautiful lunch at Le Plongeois, as well as exploring as you can imagine, and there was a lot of sun, there was a lot of walking, there was a lot of heat, and so I felt really sweaty and gross. And even though this outfit could have taken me into the evening where we were just gonna get a casual bite to eat locally, I decided to change so I could just feel more fresh and less sticky. What I ended up changing into is this cute pair of shorts from Zimmermann, along with a mint tank top that I got from Zara. I don't have a picture of me wearing it in Nice, but I do have a picture of me wearing this exact outfit last summer when I was having lunch at Grand Banks in New York City with my husband. I have the entire outfit for this Zimmermann look. It was a floral pattern that they had in their line in 2023, and it comes with this beautiful romantic style blouse in this ramie material, and then with the matching shorts. The ramie material, even though it's lightweight, in very hot climates like we were experiencing in France and even in New York City last summer when I wore this outfit, I don't find it to be as breathable as it could be. It's really great in late spring or early summer months to wear the entire set. And then you can also wear the top with some denim in early fall months when it's cooling down. But the shorts on its own are great in the hot months. I went to Zara and found this very cute top that I imagine wearing with white shorts or white pants, not realizing that it went really well with the shorts. It kind of created a cute little outfit with a pop of color. So that's exactly what I wore to dinner in Nice. And since it was dinner time and my feet didn't hurt because I was wearing those Croc sandals, I was able to change into my tan orange for dinner and continue to carry around the new Alaya bag. So far, I do hope that you're seeing that a lot of what I wore in the south of France are outfits that you can wear in other warm destinations around the world. The styling and the silhouettes are going to work with a lot of different warm destinations. The caveat here though is if you are going to a region where they expect more modesty. So I want you to be mindful of that. There are some regions of the world where you couldn't maybe show your legs or bare shoulders. Or you want to be mindful of your neckline. And this doesn't work in every single warm destination, but in most warm destinations where you don't have to be extremely mindful of modesty and respect for that region. Also, these outfits may not work in everything that you do in a warm destination. So maybe in the region you can get away with wearing all of these outfits, but you're going to visit a cathedral or a temple or an historically significant site where they expect modesty. In those cases, just do your research ahead of time, and it's always great to pack a scarf or a light cardigan with you so that if you need to pop it over your shoulders, you have something to give you that extra coverage so that you can enjoy those sites, experience them, as well as remain respectful to the locals and people who those sites have deeper significance for. I was not the best at taking pictures on any travel days, but on our 4th day down in the Riviera, we headed to Saint Tropez. And it was a long car drive, but we wanted to make sure we were wearing something that was not only comfortable, but once we got to Saint Tropez, we were able to quickly drop off our handbags and then explore the town before we had to get ready for dinner. I wore this super cute cotton Reformation dress. It was in shades of pink, brown, and white stripes. So think Neapolitan ice cream. And it was comfortable to wear because it is a jersey knit fabric. And what I wore it with is my tan Oran sandals and my Nano Speedy bag. And just as we planned, the outfits that we wore on the car ride were perfect for us to explore and get some lunch as soon as we got into Saint Tropez. For the evening, I do have a picture, but I don't think the picture does it justice. I will show you. We went to dinner at Noto, followed by dancing at L'Opera. We wanted a real kind of going out look. And what I wore is this very fun and sexy dress from the Reformation. It's a red halter dress with a very low back. You can kind of see it in the picture of me wearing it, but I don't think that the pictures did the outfit justice. We're having too much fun, and luckily we did get a couple of very blurry photos. But here's what it looks like on the site. I love this dress in silhouette so much that I bought a maxi version in black. I did pack to take it with me, but I ended up not wearing it on the trip. I'm excited to wear it here in New York City in the fall. The material of this dress is incredible in the way that it sits on your frame and kind of slinks, and it was very easy to pack. So I love the rolling method and packing into cubes. Didn't take up a lot of space and was not heavy. It's also very easy to iron or to steam out any wrinkles. And with it, I wore my Jacquemus Le Bisou Perlé bag, and I wore these black mules that I bought from Zara. Mules are very trendy this year, and I always ho and hum when there's a new shoe trend because, again, I need it to be fashionable and trendy. That's why I'm looking for it, but I need it to be functional. And Zara had these kitten heel. I don't think they're more than 2 to 2.5 inches, and that's kind of my sweet spot. Anywhere from 2 to 3 inches, I could walk around in comfortably for hours or even dance around in. Also, these mules, even though it says it's patent leather, it's not that shiny. You can kind of get away with, if you wanted a patent look, these shoes can hit that mark, but if you wanted a slightly more matte look, you can get away with these. Anyway, they were very comfortable, and I was easily able to wear them all night, dancing around until finally, yes, my feet did get tired, but after a good 4 to 5 hours. Also, that's another proof that I'm princess of high-low because I didn't need to go get the Louboutin dollies or any mules that maybe Manolo Blahnik was doing. Zara had it. It was on trend and a great price point. I think it was like $50, and I bought them, tried them on. They felt comfortable, and they did the job. On our first full day in Saint Tropez, we wanted to enjoy Ramatuelle, where we booked poolside beds, enjoyed some snacks until we were seated for our 3:30 reservation for the lunch and little party that they do. Around the beach, I just wore a black Hunza G bikini with a really cute cover up that I bought off ASOS from a London brand called Accessorize. If you are going to a beach or beachside club in Saint Tropez and you're enjoying waterside, but you also want a reservation at lunch, you just want to make sure that you have a dry outfit to change into. And so for the dry outfit, I got a little fancy. I put on a different bikini from Hunza G. This is a bandeau style, and it's in the navy color. And I decided for a cover up, I wanted to go with something a little fancier. So I found this beautiful green lace skirt, also off ASOS, from a brand called Aria Cove. I'll show it here as well as link it down below. With this kind of sheer lacy trend that's going on, I thought it was perfect. The green with the navy, again with the color blocking, you can get away with wearing a lot more color in warm destinations. This is a picture of me dancing around. We had a really great time. I wore my black Orans and there was a lot of gross sand and all that got into my shoes because I have sole protectors on them, but all good. When I got back, I gave it a nice leather cleaning and condition and they don't look so beat down anymore. The handbag that I carried was this really cute gold kind of raffia wannabe handbag. So it's not raffia, but instead of using natural materials for this woven look, this is made with metallic threads. And where did I get this bag from? I found this at a Mango in Lisbon while my husband and I were in Portugal. And I was so happy I found it. I wasn't even looking for a bag. I was just like, oh, let's see what Mango has in Portugal. And I saw this on one of the tables. I don't know if it meant to be on that table and it was the last one, or it was displayed somewhere else and someone had picked it up and then changed their mind to put it on the table. But I did get my hands on it and 2 people in line asked me, where did you find that bag? And I'm really happy. I think it's a great summer bag. Because it is metallic, it could potentially be worn to dressier occasions outside of summer seasons. There's a chain strap that you can also detach. So really nice find at Mango. The reason why I took this bag over one of my designer bags is at these lunch spots, there is going to be sand and all of that, and that's fine. I did wear a designer bag to another lunch that we did in the Ramatuelle area, but because we were going for the day party and so we were gonna dance around and really enjoy, I didn't want to take one of my bags and be afraid that a drink was gonna spill on it or food, or I was going to accidentally drop it on the ground when we're moving and shuffling around our tables and dancing. The day after Gigi, we needed not 1, not 2, but 3 outfits to take us through the day. It's morning time, we spent shopping and enjoying early afternoon in Saint Tropez town where we were staying. For lunch, we returned back to the Ramatuelle area where we had reservations at Club 5 and then in the evening we were gonna return back to the town and change for a fancy dinner. So let's start with the first look of the day, what I wore while shopping. Here I wore this really cute sheer Pucci top that I purchased from Net-a-Porter earlier this year. And I'm wearing shorts from Abercrombie & Fitch in their curve sizing. This is the dad shorts. So I cannot sing Abercrombie's praises enough when it comes to cute dresses in the summer and then their denim with their inclusive fits. I knew I was gonna wear fancier sandals to lunch as well as heels to dinner, and I wanted to make sure my feet would last all day, so I opted to wear the Crocs while we were walking around and shopping. With this outfit in a warm climate, I love color and color on color and prints on prints, so I actually wore my Chanel mini classic flap in this beautiful multicolored tweed. Again, if you wanna learn more about her and my purchasing decision, go and watch my unboxing video that I did earlier this year. But it was really fun because a lot of the colors in this Pucci print, like the purples and the pinks and the blues, are all throughout this bag. And the look completed with my Celine sunglasses. At Club 5, this is a more traditional, iconic lunch place in the Saint Tropez area. They have beach access. You can book beach chairs. We didn't actually book beach chairs because we spent the first good portion of the day around town and shopping, but we wanted to go there for lunch, and it's a little less lively in terms of it turning into a party. There isn't a DJ, there aren't these like crazy shows that the associates who work at those restaurants put on, but they do have live music, and again, it's very classic. So for this dry outfit, I really wanted it to be a little more dressy, and I wore this beautiful yellow maxi dress from Runaway the label. It has this very sweet seashell detailing on the dress itself. I did get it hemmed because I wanted to wear it as a maxi dress with flats. I wasn't sure what to expect when I ordered it, but once I received it and I felt the material and it was lined and the way it fit, it was fantastic, and I would certainly buy more dresses like this from Runaway the Label next summer. I accessorized this dress with my white Oran sandals and my white Chanel handbag. With the gold detailing of the seashells as well as my jewelry, I didn't want to wear those same Celine sunglasses, so I switched into my classic Saint Laurent all black sunglasses that I just purchased in Paris. And if you're curious about, hey, you made all these recent purchases in Paris, I know I've alluded to a couple of them, check out the video that I just put out before this one, where I show you everything that I bought while in Paris and in Saint Tropez. For the evening, we had dinner reservations at this delicious Japanese Peruvian fusion restaurant called Gallo. Before we went to Gallo, we had some drinks at another restaurant, and then after Gallo, we went back to Noto to dance the night away. But what I wore on this evening is this very cute baby blue mini dress from Abercrombie & Fitch. And this trend is those hanging floral details. When I saw this online, it was some point in spring, and I think it sold out extremely fast, but I was just like, this is perfect. The perfect fabrication. It's this kind of chiffon Georgette fabric. So it's slinky and it lays nice. The cowl neck detail, as well as the extra touch with the floral trend. I was like, I need to buy this and I need to wear it when we take our girls trip. The bag that I'm wearing with it is that classic flap in the tweed with the multicolor, because the baby blue of the dress goes well with all the pastel colors in that bag. I'm wearing clear stiletto heels that I got from Macy's, I think for like 40 bucks. This was sometime last year. Zara also does clear heels really well, and my friend said that they look a lot like a pair that Amina Muaddi, I think that's how you say the designer's name, does, but these were from the Macy's brand INC. So if you're looking for a trend, search high and low. You don't have to go super name brand, super luxury. There's a lot of tertiary brands as well as accessible brand price points that you can get trendy items that are also comfortable, and you don't have to break the bank for them. One thing I do want to call out is my legs look incredible and shiny and bronze, and I don't say that as a way to be like, wow, look at my body, but I point it out because they don't always look like that. Yes, we were sun-kissed from all of the time we spent in the sun. I put on this Nooks dry oil that I had purchased while at one of the French pharmacies on our trip. It's something that I've seen online so often, and it's half the cost in France than it is here in the States. So I was like, let me try this out. And it's funny because it says dry oil, but it's clearly liquid. However, the way it goes on, it is very smooth and dry. It doesn't feel sticky. The reason why I was hesitant to ever buy and try it before, but I just had to explore my curiosity in France because you can buy it for so much cheaper, is I was afraid that this color will transfer, and it doesn't. It's so weird. When I was washing my hands after I put the oil on my legs and my arms, I was waiting for all of this kind of bronzy color to come off, and it didn't. So this is really incredible. I don't know how they do it, but that's how I got this extra shimmery, shiny look on my legs. And our last full day in Saint Tropez and the French Riviera, boohoo, we spent the day on a boat. Bummer is that it was windy that day, like about 20 miles per hour wind, which is enough for it to not be so fun to jump out and swim in the water. There's a lot of those water toys that you can't use, like noodles or floaties, if you just wanted to like hang around in the water and chit chat. We did get to spend some nice time on the boat until we finally got called back into the harbor. So for this boat day, I wore another Hunza G bikini. I cannot recommend Hunza G enough. It is pricier, but the price is for the entire bikini. You don't buy the top and the bottom separately, and they're all one size. And the reason why I like Hunza G, or why I first tried Hunza G, is because my top on a bikini and my bottom on a bikini are gonna be different sizes, and mix in different brands and their sizing. It's always kind of been a nightmare for me to find swimsuits and bikinis that fit me well. So I tried Hunza G and I was hooked. Anyway, I wore that same bandeau style bikini that I wore to Gigi's, but this time in this cute lavender color. And for the cover up, I wore this cute skirt that I also found on ASOS from Miss Selfridge. I just thought the lavender was girly and I wanted to continue a girly look with my cover up. And even though not pictured, surprise, surprise, I wore my white strappy Crocs. When we got off the boat, you can imagine all we wanted to do was shower, wash our hair, do kind of an everything shower. We're just scrubbing off all of the sunscreen and the fun that we had. And for that evening, we're like, let's just keep it chill. We wore leggings, loose t-shirts, and we went into town to get some burgers. I had the most incredible time on this girls' trip to France, starting in Paris and then heading down to the French Riviera where we spent time in Nice and Saint Tropez. And I really hope that the outfits that I shared with you can provide some sort of inspiration or ideas for either an upcoming trip that you have, and it doesn't have to necessarily be Europe or the French Riviera. I really believe a lot of the dresses and the outfits and the way I paired them with shoes and handbags and other accessories you can wear in most other warm destinations. I really believe most of the dresses I wore are classics and the colors are going to be relevant next year. I also believe anything that I wore that was trendy, so like polka dot, using scarves as belts, these trends are certainly going to carry us through, some in fall and then all the way into next summer. And if you liked anything that I wore, I've linked as much as I could down below. You may find these on sale soon. I'd love to hear from you in the comments. What was your favorite outfit? Anything that you are inspired to try on an upcoming trip? Also, any other tips that you have when packing for warm destinations or what you can wear at a warm destination. If you like this video, please be sure to hit the like button. And if you enjoy this type of content, be sure to subscribe. I really appreciate all of your support in helping me grow my channel. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Have a great rest of your day or evening, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.